Beep boop beep boop beep. 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 Going to do the audio test. Let me just open up the thing. Let's see if I can hear myself. Let me also mute my music that you cannot hear or should not be able to hear. Let's see. Can I hear myself? Well, it's currently loading. Well, I can hear myself on the control panel. Oop. Well, I meant to grab that link so I can share it. I don't know if there's a link on the other page. I'll grab it real fast. I don't know what these are. Oh, it's because of Vivaldi. I don't really like Vivaldi. I mostly still use Firefox, but the Microsoft things for work don't work with Firefox here in Linux, so I have to use Vivaldi for certain work things like OneDrive and now Canvas. I don't know, Canvas is up and down. Sorry, I'm still trying to open up the things I need. We also open up or pop out the chat too. Not that anything's going to be particularly exciting today. We'll have the IRC down here. And live. My computer just goes so slow whenever I'm streaming. Let me also open up the programming. And I'll explain what I gotta get done here in a moment. Let me go ahead and grab the YouTube link for this and post it. Creating a kids CompSci activity live stream blob education computer science IDK. Why does it keep saying Alaroth? I'm trying to link to the... Okay. I don't know, Firefox is bad. Everything is bad. I just... tired of using technology. Okay. So... let me also double check this again. Okay, you can hear me, I assume. I'm gonna turn down my volume because I do need music, but I don't need it super loud. Okay. So I have that. Basically, every year for the past, well, 2 years so far, I have participated in this event that my work puts on that's to like teach kids about all sorts of different things. So different instructors create activities. For instance, some of the stuff has been like music instrument petting zoo, something where you find where you would be if you were a planet and then like go to a location on a playground or like some cement. I don't know. There was an activity for like having kids Foley over like some video clips. And then I have had this activity for the past 2 years and I want to do a new one that's not alien based. So that's what I need to do. Also, I realized that the activity is this coming Saturday. I feel like in the past it's been closer to finals week, and we are not close to finals week right now. We have at least like another couple weeks of class, I think. So I'm tired. But I need to get this done, and I've been wanting to do a weekend stream. I just haven't really felt like doing any projects, so might as well kill a billion birds with one stone. But So what we had last time, this is just a mini zine that I would print out on one sheet of paper and then we'd fold it. And I have volunteers who also help out. I also need to reach out to them to see if they can still help out because, again, I didn't realize it was like the first Saturday of May this time. Having small children try to do binary math did not work. So we're changing things up. Alien identification. This is like doing I'd have like a poster board with some list of XY coordinates, and they could draw one, and or they could like follow along with the XY coordinates to kind of build a little sprite. And then decoding messages, you can tell that's like ASCII codes. Let me. I think I had notes for what I wanted to do this time. This time I'm gonna do virtual pets, but I just want to see if I had specific notes as a place to start from. Let me also set up like a do not disturb. Screaming. My head hurts. I'm sleepy. Okay. So, oh, we might have access to Chromebooks this time. I have not double checked about that. So another thing I would do is I had like a little JavaScript game. I don't know if I can find it real fast. Where would I have saved it? Web games? No. I don't know. I have so many things and servers and folders, and it's hard to find stuff. I know it's out there somewhere. I just don't know where. Let me maybe search for it real quick. But the little JavaScript game I made was just like, you can collect garbage in space. You can clean up litter in space. Okay, it is not in my web games folder on my server. Where else would it be? Web stuff? No. Would it be under... I don't know where it'd be. Dump? No. Well, I won't search for that right now, but that's another thing I might have to work on, is just an activity. So, computer science and virtual pets. I think I was going a little bit more for a creative side than like a decoding side this time. So let me just make an ideas thing. And I'll open up my Emacs, and then I also need to plug in my drawing tablet. But basically also like we're gonna have very young kids and maybe kids of an age that have done XY coordinates at some level. So, like we could still do this sort of thing. One thing I wanted to do with this originally was, you know, we at least will have a computer in the classroom, and that could have a website open. And I was originally wanting to have a kid like hand the booklet to one of the volunteers, and they could enter in like just, I don't know, like a serialized number or something real fast based on what they enter here, and then have the alien image show up on in the little JavaScript game or something like that, and that could still be done. It's just a matter of like how fast would it be to enter that information in. Gosh, I just feel tired thinking about having to code something. But before we had decoding messages, so ASCII, that can now just be like giving your pet a name. This one's is virtual pet. So we could still do the ASCII codes, but instead of decoding that, they could be encoding, which I think will be easier. They can come up with like the letters and then encode it. We're probably not gonna do any direct binary. I did have like basically a list of binary from 0 to 8, I believe, but that ended up just being confusing for people. And then draw your pet. So again, instead of having to decode a set of XY coordinates, perhaps they could draw the character and then maybe list out the XY coordinates, or I could have the binary columns and then they could write out the binary at the side, and then that could be what the volunteer enters in. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I feel like I had some other notes somewhere. Oops. Let me real fast try to find the email where I have like the description, because I might have already kind of highlighted what the basic plans are. Draw your 5x5 pet, encode into binary. Oh, I got another email. Anyway, I'm looking at my work email. There's so many work emails. Why did I accidentally become important at work? Okay. I have a description. It's just loading slow. Building. Okay. Here is the thing. Okay, let me just copy this, because again, like, this is something that we've been coordinating for a bit. And so I don't necessarily remember what I emailed out like back in February. So we'll look at this. Autofill mode, digital pet adoption center. And then they get candy at the end. Given a small booklet, you can fill out details on your digital pet with coordinates, binary, color codes. Oh yeah, that could be another part. Color codes? So really I can just come up with some kind of encoding and then also program something that, you know, you put in this set of binary sequences plus a color code or something, and then it gets drawn to the screen that will be on the projector that everyone will be able to see. So, encoding your pet name, adjusting paper-based activities, focus more on graphics side, XY coordinates for image, red, green, blue. Letters to numbers encoding for pet name. And then yeah. So that's pretty much what I was planning. So we'd have ASCII, text to ASCII codes. And this would be RGB and XY and binary, and then that could be, then I'll have much more space, because then this one right here, that could be whatever. Or, yeah, I don't know. I'm still, like, just in the thinking stages, and again, I thought I had more time, but I do not, so, and I don't have a lot of time today either. I'm kind of, like, freaking out right now, because, you know, it's Sunday, so that means social obligations, which means I have a friend who had their birthday earlier this month, and then their kids, she's had 2 kids with their birthday this month, so I need to go over there, but that'll be in the afternoon. And then during this coming work week, I need to like write 2 different reports and then a bunch of emails. So yeah, I'm kind of running on fumes at this point in the semester. So I'm kind of wondering, should I start on the code part or like, again, this is a mini zine format, which I have a zine format template somewhere. If I can find it. And start on a new one. So like this is my mini zine format. You can see that there's like front page, back page, and then I'll adjust this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a single sheet of paper folds up nicely into that format. And yeah, let me go ahead and try to plug in my drawing tablet. My desk is also a mess. It's just full of like pens and pencils that need to go somewhere. But I got a little bit of analysis paralysis when I was trying to clean up the other day. I don't know. I just need a tub to throw the pens and pencils in. Where do I throw these? And then if I throw them in a tub, all my pens and pencils, I'm going to forget where I have them, and then they'll be quote unquote lost until I eventually rediscover them again. So that's my brain. Grab this container, put that over there. Drop things. And then die. I do have my arts and crafts cart behind me. I can put loose papers over there. I know you can't see anything because I don't have the webcam on because I have not really groomed myself for today, besides just brushing my hair. But you do not need to see me for us to talk about programming. Okay. So also in the past, I just wrote the thing in JavaScript. And then I used some kind of mapper to convert gamepad controls to keyboard input, which is kind of annoying. And I'm kind of wondering, like, so these are computers that I don't really have control over. That's why I made a web-based thing. But honestly, if I could just, like, download TIC80 real fast or something. Well, no, then that wouldn't work with having to code something from scratch. I don't know. I could code it in C++, or I could code it in Python. I just don't know if I'll run into technical difficulties if I do that. Or I could bring my laptop, and I can usually plug that into the HDMI. Well, no. One year, that specific classroom didn't have HDMI. So this is why I was doing web, I remember. So anyway, I'm going to transform this. I'm also going to save this document real fast. Let's do 2026. So probably the first thing is the kid would be wanting to make their character art, right? Maybe the color code could be a separate page. It could be like, what color do you want your friend? But then here's the other part. They're just going to have like crayons and markers to work with. I'll have to go buy some more crayons and markers. So they'll probably be like, well, I colored this with a red marker, so I want it to be red. I don't know. Then they can just convert red to RGB. I guess it's fine. Okay. So I had those little grids last time. I might just... Well, I have this background. I don't have the original of this either. But I could grab this grid. At least I have the grid. We can keep using the 5x5. And then I can relabel it. So this is page 1. Throw that here. And I'm going to get rid of this because previously when they were decoding alien symbols, they each of the aliens I did had the very center used. So, but now they might not do that. So there we go. Hopefully I don't select by color. I don't know. You can't tell, but it's a slightly different gray. Okay, so we have that, and another challenge is within this amount of space, how do I describe what they need to get done? Also, I need to put like the XY coordinates or the binary coordinates. Okay, let me think. So, actually, let me kind of show what I am thinking about if I can find it. I'm pretty sure it's just like an 8-bit guy video. Computer graphics. But it's the one that comes to mind for doing basic sprites. I mean, there's a lot of things like this. Okay. It might be this one, the first part. I'd have to look. He does like a little Pac-Man. Beep, boop, beep. Beep, boop, beep. Everything is slow. I'll keep IRC over here. Okay. Pause. Pause is... That was some of it. Oh yeah. So like this sort of thing. So you'd have your set of bits and then you'd fill out, where's the, oh, he's doing decimal. Well, that would be a little bit hard for the kids. I was thinking just if they typed out the binary, because it is 5x5. It is not such a large sprite. And we don't have 8 bits here. So do I... So also, usually they have parents helping them out, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the parents are going to want to be doing math. Unfortunately. Freaking. Sometimes I hate everything. Yes, I don't know why that specific piece of text is covering everything. Okay. So we could do like over there. 0, 1, right line. Oop, that's quite a space. Oh, maybe I'll just do these separate. We'll make it black. The background might not, I mean, it's gonna probably be just grayscale, so. And you keep that in mind as well. Oh, come on. Do that. I don't know. We'll do some kind of layout. What did the side row look like? That was also just a set of digits, right? Yeah. I'm just also trying to think of what would be the easiest way for them to write things out. So, I mean, honestly, here, I have my tablet hooked up so I can walk up tablet. Do I not have my tablet script in my home directory now? Oh, I think it's called map Wacom. Okay, so let's say we have this. I mean, really, I can just use that. The I feel like any instructions I have, like, oh, put the column before the row or put the row before the column, I feel like that's all going to get lost on definitely the children, but also the adults. Like, oh, do your X first, then do your Y. Um, XY coordinates might end up being the easiest. So for instance, okay, these all went in the wrong whatever, but whatever. I don't care. I don't need the different freaking layers. These are all empty, I believe. I'll put this up here. Um, scribbles. Okay, so for instance, let's say I'm gonna make a copy of that real fast. Let's say they draw their little guy like, I don't know, a heart or something. So then what would be the easiest way to get them to understand how to turn this into a value? Like, I mean, I guess I could say, okay, do 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Like, that might be the easiest. Now, for the volunteer to enter it out, it'll take a little bit. I mean, it's not completely unmanageable. It takes a little bit of focus. Um, but then I also have to figure out with the instructions, how do I clearly communicate that this is what they need to do. The number bar up top's not going to help with that. So I might not need those. I could have like a little example on the side. But yeah. So this design is all about like, how do I effectively communicate? And I could get like some poster boards to kind of show examples, but how do I effectively communicate doing this in a small area and with limited text? So I could potentially, let's get rid of that for a minute. Coordinates, not necessarily needed. Let's call this serial. So if I make it like blah 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe like that is good enough. We get this aligned like that. It'll be easiest if they're side by side like this, but then that kind of cuts off space for doing instructions. Or I can move the grid kind of to the top and then add the instructions down below. So we'll just I hope this keeps it from letting me edit the text afterwards, because I don't want the region to be active, because if I click in the region for the text, it will want to be able to edit it, and it will be annoying. Okay. And, I mean, having the poster board also helps, because I can show the steps a little bit clearer. And then also, just as a note, like, I just have these kind of so I can clearly see the pages. But those won't necessarily be there in the final version. And I'm not going to have like my logo because it's a work event thing. So, okay. Let's do instructions. Oh, see, yep, it's doing that. We'll do cropped content. Draw your pet. Make this a little smaller. Maybe this font can be like the header information or the header text. And then, I don't know, let's use free sans or liberation sans. I don't know. Free sans bold. Let's see how that looks. So we can say fill in each pixel square. Well, that makes it sound like you have to fill everything. Create your pet by filling in some of the pixels squares above. Okay, I think that's this section. Because you can't also need to have things. I ate brains and eyes today. Why did you do that? I did not eat brains and eyes today. I have only had coffee today so far. And okay. Over here, how do you describe what is going on? If a block is empty, write in 0. If a block is filled, write in 1. Is that clear enough? Draw your pet. Encode your pet image thing. I don't know. Okay, so I can rearrange these a little bit. Now, one of the challenges of mini zines is the margins aren't always clean and sharp. I do have some spacing here, but you don't want to put everything too close to the edges. But I can make this a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, perhaps. So, yeah. And then, you know, the kids and volunteers will ask what to do, and that's why we have volunteers to help out. So they'll color it, then they'll put zeros and ones. And then when the kid hands it to the volunteer at the computer, then they'll just enter in a short set of binary numbers. That will do 25 numbers, but zeros and ones. And then in the program, it would then have the character show up. So the next step I would think would be like to colorize the pet. So we'll do that over here. Colorize your pet. And this would just be like choosing their red, green, blue values. So then I also have to communicate, like, do I just give them kind of a base 8 set of colors and then say choose whatever thing you want? Plus, I also want it to be easy to type in, so I don't know. Let's put stuff here for now, and I'll write more scribbles. So for instance, you know, we could have red, green, blue, and just make that like red. And just have yes or no, basically. And then this could be the second step of what the volunteer writes out. So for instance, let's make a little box. No, my instructions aren't even in there. Whatever. I don't care. Color box. No. In IKEA, I have to spell things with the British spelling, which is silly. Okay, let's do 64 by 64. That might not. Well, also, if this is grayscale, then they're not going to be able to see the colors. But I could do it in the thing. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be pointless unless I like take this to like a FedEx office and then print things out there. But then that's going to cost me a lot of money, and I don't necessarily know how many kids they're going to be. And if I'm printing on campus, it'll be easiest to access grayscale. But just as an example, so we have red, green, blue, magenta, cyan, what did I want to, yellow, white, and then black. So I could adjust these a little bit. Or I could put the colors on the bottom instead of to the side. I mean the color codes. So, and then over here, we can do more underscores. Give me a red, a green, and a blue value. Let's make this much bigger. And then also like red, green, blue, and then they can put ones and zeros. Fill in a 1 or a 0 for each color value. Reference beside to get a specific color. I don't know. Red, green, blue. So this will be like 101. Let me set that as the Dogica or whatever it was called. Dogica bold. And I'm going to space those out a little bit. So I got 101. Sorry, that's not right. 100, 010, 001, red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green, blue. And then I can maybe just label these as well. Because again, if this is grayscale, they're not going to know what anything is. So we could say, I don't know, red. Maybe I don't use the boxes. Maybe I just do something with this. And then it could be a color. Like I could make this a red text with like a, I don't know, borders around it. So you can still read it even if it's grayscale. Blue. Wait, no, red, green. Green. Also sometimes GIMP does not do the thing eating. So that's fun. Sometimes the side menu doesn't do the thing. Blue. Maybe I don't anti-alias these. Let's make it easier. Okay. red, green, blue. So this would be magenta, right? Green and blue, cyan, and then yellow. And all of this has to get kind of cleaned up. I'll just make this a top-down list. Blah, 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 blah. I kind of hate how this looks. Let's do this. I'm just gonna have, we'll do red, red, green, blue, magenta, cyan, yellow, white, black. And then I'll do the other codes at the side. Get rid of these. And then I'll recolor these in a moment. So we have that. We'll shift it away. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. And then we'll do the same thing here. And do, this will be 100. 010, 001. I know this isn't necessarily technically, I'm just thinking, I would normally do it in this order. So red, green, make this yellow, and then red, green, blue, red, green, and yellow. Okay. Why is my brain not doing things today? Oh, I know. Okay, so I would also do 011. So we'd have cyan, red, green, blue, magenta, red, green, 111, 000. Okay. So we have these, and then I will just change their colors, I guess. Will it let me do this? Yeah, and then we'll add borders in a second. I guess I technically don't need to do a selection. Cyan. Oh. Cebu, a European smelt, I guess. Boop, 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 beep, 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 beep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't know why I'm counting. Okay. So we'll have that. Then the way I, oop, that's not what I went. Merge down. Copy. Move this up here. This is going to be my shadow layer. Okay, we'll put this back here. Copy, paste. hit a weird button. There you go. Okay. Okay, just a second. I really need to like script this so I don't have to do this manually. So I think that would be visible. So can I do everything? So I don't know. I might go to the craft store later today, and that could be something I work on in the evenings. No, that only did that layer. Well, if I'll desaturate it afterwards. So they colorize their pet, they draw their pet, and then we'll have them name their pet. Name our pet. And we'll have ASCII codes. I don't know, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. How many letters are in the alphabet? How many columns can I make? Was it like, is it 25 exactly? I don't remember. AFKPUZ. So 60, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. So 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. So let's grab a few over here. Oops. Nope, it made a new text box. I do A. Nope, that tabbed over too far. I'll just do 2 spaces. And then I'll tell you my secret for memorizing ASCII codes. So 13, left aligned, but move it over a little bit. In O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, blah, blah, blah. I am a potato. Okay. Well, so basically, and I think that I came up with this mnemonic when I was like 16 or something. A, F, K, away from keyboard, is at 65, 70, and 75. P, U, like PU, gross, is at 80, 85, and then Z's the last one. So, and then from there I can more easily get to whatever letter I want. Maybe I should put like a little equal sign or something. Is that easier to read if I do that? I just don't want like the A's and B's too close to the other set of letters. Or maybe just like one space in between. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, delete, delete. Okay, I think that's okay. Maybe we limit the pet name length. My volunteers are just going to be entering like a big string of numbers all the time. We'll limit it to 5. I know. We'll do that. So name your pet. Honestly, actually, these should be longer because no kid is going to be able to like. Well, I mean, some will have small handwriting, but here, we'll do this. And okay, name your pet. Now I need whatever font I was using up here, blah, blah, blah. Write in the number codes for the pet name. Actually, let me do this where they enter in both. So we'll have name your pet. And then we'll also do like encode your pet name. Encode pet name. Okay, so over here, we'll say, give your pet a name in 5 letters or fewer. Sure. And down here, write in the number codes for each letter using the table on the side. I don't know. There you go. That's the instructions. Is that good enough? And then for the last panel, I don't remember. I think I just had some art. I don't even have like a, well, I didn't delete my Instagram, but I just don't use most social media anymore. I use Mastodon, that's it. So maybe instead of thank you for reading, you just be like, thank you? I don't know. There's this one. And then I won't use my logo. Oh, I'll have the instructions to give the pet information. What is the label? I don't want to say like immortalize the pet. I mean, upload your pet. Upload your pet. I could also like draw a picture of giving your booklet to one of the volunteers, not the kids. Give or let one of the volunteers at the computer see your booklet. They will enter in your pet's encoded information, and your pet will join the digital pet garden. So maybe not like an interactive coding thingy. Get rid of that. maybe your pet will give you a gift as a thank you. Feel free to keep this booklet afterwards. Yeah. I feel like if I put to remember your pet by, it sounds like your pet died. I feel like this would look better like, no, maybe not. Well, okay. I might draw a little computer, or I might grab one of my computer drawings. Because I do have a place where I keep all my images for my courses, so I don't have to rely on hosting them on Canvas. Let me also check my phone real fast. Okay. So I have a drawing of a computer somewhere. I also have a drawing of a linked list guy pointing to its node. Computer. Those are... There's a computer, but I have a better computer somewhere. Where's my better computer drawing? There's one, but... Here, copy this guy. Yeah, it's not even that big. I could make him a little bigger, maybe. Crop. Double. So it could be... I mean, I guess I don't necessarily need to say that you can keep your booklet. The volunteer can just give the child the booklet back. I just don't like how this looks. Maybe I can make it like that. Does that look better? And then for the other pages, I've had this right above the instructions, so I'll do that as well. I want to be consistent. Okay, upload your pet. And then instead of hi, well, why did this... was the small version a resized version? It was supposed to be just all pixel art, so it's easy to manage, to like edit. I guess it's not the OG original version. Let's see. Let me copy that color as well. And we'll just draw like a little... Well, I don't want to make it seem like a fancier sprite than what they can draw. Because I can draw circles out of pixels over here. Let's see. You do like a Space Invader. Like a square. And also like Space Invaders are more pixels than just 5. I don't know. Is that a cool pet? Does that look like a pet? It looks like a mask to me. But I can blow that up also. Or here. This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna grab this. Oh, why is that not aligned like I want? Oh well. Make it like a happy face. But it's like, whatever. Okay. Upload your pet. Okay. And then, like, the front page is just supposed to be kind of the introductory booklet thing. Let me open up what the old one was again. Burp. Planet, pixel, spaceship, and then, hey, go get your prize. I don't know. I need like a fancy title thing. Actually, let me check my notes also. Build a virtual pet. Digital Pet Adoption Center. So it's like a brochure for the adoption center. Now the question is, do I do more 5x5 pixel art guys? Or do I just draw something freehand? Because I'm thinking like I could have a series of little guys over here. Yeah, maybe I'll do the 5x5s. Let me grab this man. What's he on? Compy? Come over here. And then I can recolor them and stuff. Let me just turn this into a 5x5. And then we can kind of just remove pixels to make something. And that's misaligned, and that's going to bug me. There we go. So I can make a few of these. Also, that alignment doesn't feel right. So for instance, there's one sprite, and then I can also like warp them and stuff a little bit. Maybe have 3 of these guys. So what do our pets look like? I mean, from last year, the aliens I had were like, let's see, like a little stick figure man. And I don't know, this could be like a, it's hard to give something a body. This could also be a circle. Well, it's really hard to work with 5x5. That's just a, makes it look like a Mario coin, kind of. Well, we'll just do Happy Face Man, except he's not happy. He's just meh. We could do, like, alien face or something. So then from here, to make it, oops, more interesting, we could use that. We could use the 3D perspective tool. Be like, look at the futuristic virtual pets. Here, I'm gonna copy these as well. So this will be the, look at these little guys. You can have a little guy too. Oops, dang it. Just probably do a straight on view. The unfortunate part is resizing it is, I don't know, adding that fuzz. And I could also recolor these too. Wee, wee. So now it's just look, it's just a bunch of random pixels. Like, can you visually even tell what you're looking at? Let's see. Brightness. We'll set hues on these, even though you won't be able to tell, since it'll be grayscale. But I'll do it anyway. Oh wait, how do I do this again? How do I ungrayscale these guys? Oh, please don't crash. I don't know. I could do a overlay or something. Yeah. So for instance, if I do this, red, green, blue. So then I can do that sort of thing. And then add a shadow. No, copy that. Copy. Color it all black. Do my little... That was the sound of my drawing tablet moving. Okay, and then get rid of the texturing. So this would be the printout. And if I open that, I'll do grayscale. So yeah, that's basically what they'll get, but at least, you know, you can still read the different things. And then yeah, this gets like folded in half and folded into a booklet, so that's good. I will have to make some poster boards. And then previously, when we did the alien one, let me just open these kind of side by side. So there's the alien one. And then here's the new one. But I had volunteers. We just like made construction paper designs for aliens and like taped them up to the walls and stuff, which I suppose we could still use the aliens. Just maybe I'll make some additional designs. I don't know what kind of... It's hard because it's like, how do you design or decorate a classroom to look a little bit more cute or something? Classroom decor. Well, classroom supplies. I'll need poster boards. I'll need 3 of them. No, 4 of them, because we have, well, encode, no, 3 of them. So 3 or 4, I don't know. We'll have a few for each of the instructions. Construction paper, create pet decorations. Maybe that could also be like I don't know, virtual pet things. I don't know, like fake food. I'm just trying to think of Tamagotchi, like food, toilet, play number game. Um, and then I need a program. Digital pet garden program. Um, volunteer enters data. So it'll be like, here's our, for instance, then they'll have to enter the red, green, blue. Sprite, color, name, and then that'd be like, I could make it just 3 letters, honestly. Like a high score table. Let's just say this one's gonna be named cat or whatever. So the volunteer enters that data. Program generates the sprite to render in the garden. What else would we need in the garden? Gardeny background. I don't know. Oh, I also should put that I need crayons. Don't give children markers. Don't give small children markers. They're just gonna leave the caps off. Crayons. And then I need to find where my scissors are because it's hard to build a mini zine without a scissors to do the thing right. Garden background, I don't know. Pets move around randomly. And then, I mean, honestly, this could be mostly just some HTML and then like a little, I mean, it doesn't even need to be Canvas JavaScript. It can literally just be a div with some images in it. Well, but then the question is, how am I gonna make this into a little sprite guy? I don't know, is there a Canvas thing for building a sprite from scratch? I'm trying to think. Or how would I do this in C++? Or, well, no. I keep thinking of the TIC80, but then doing inputs would be kind of difficult. I'd have to like code input stuff from scratch. Let me just look at JavaScript, Canvas, sprite stuff. I'm not crazy about working with JavaScript. I just want like API stuff. Well, yeah, that's the canvas. Or I could just draw a bunch of rectangles, but then that might be kind of slow to render if there's a lot. Text, color, style, shadow. Create image data. Image data. Okay. Is this literally just setting all the pixels to, this is setting it to like red and then probably opaque. Maybe that's doable. Maybe I do that. I forgot how to do here. Let me just do like JavaScript random. JavaScript random range. I never remember random for other languages because I'm always using C++. How do these ants get on me? It's getting warmer weather and then ants are just all over the freaking place, here and there. And then they get on me for some reason. Okay, we'll just do math.floor, math.random times 255. Yay! Static, my favorite. Okay, so I'll probably use this. I'll throw this in my very unorganized bookmarks folder. So that could be doable. I don't know what time I'm gonna go visit my friend. I just said afternoon and they were like, yeah, sure. Because I also need to go buy a gift. Let's say 3 p.m. 4 p.m. Oh, I'm so tired. I could play some Achaia, but I think I'm gonna be too tired for that too. Oh, someone posted a poetry. Who posted a poetry? There's a new poetry. Nothing can surprise me now. Nothing can surprise me now. Oh, I wonder what that's about. All of the dramas on the poetry board. It's like the vague posting on social media. Like instead of checking social media, I just like refresh my character portal and look at like, are there news posts? I don't I don't infinite scroll Facebook. I just refresh my portal and check to see if I have messages and who's playing and if there's new poetry or news. Let me see. That okay. We can get started on the JavaScript. Actually, that reminds me, I need to figure out. Surely I have a repository. Surely I have a repository. Let me go to my course repositories. Or course web apps? I don't know. So this is my old namespace group thing. Actually, I will need to eat food in a bit. I forgot to eat breakfast and now I'm hungry. Or I could grab a Soylent or whatever. Okay. Do I have links? I have my teaching portfolio page. Okay. Where do I put this so I don't lose it? I mean, I can just put in my private courses prep thing because that way it won't get lost because that's where I prep all my stuff unless I end up making a new repository for my courses. So let's say web app or what, I don't know what we name it, RLD 2026. And I do have like a quote unquote engine for JavaScript and I do still use it. I believe that would be under my Nucity. So I don't know if I want to keep using it. This is, yeah, here. It's 10 years old. Oh, it's a project on Bitbucket. I mean, it's not bad. But if I'm just drawing images and drawing them to the screen, it might not be that much, so. let's go ahead and we'll just do this from scratch. I just have to remember how to use Canvas, which I guess I could just crib this stuff. Let me grab like web page base code, which I just always grab from my own web pages. We'll clean up. Get rid of that. Don't need table sorter. Don't need this extra style. RLD 2026. We'll get rid of that. I'll deal with styles, or I just put in one page if this is all going to be one page. And I need to create a canvas. Does this have the HTML? Where's the HTML? No, it's just like up here. Okay. Gosh, okay. Moving my keyboard is also squeaky. So it's a canvas. And then I'll style it later. I'll just call this canvas. We'll throw this over here. Can't tell anything's there at the moment. I guess it is good to have like a background color so I know, but I can also just do text CSS. Body, background. I think instead of blue, I'll use like, or instead of black, I'll use like a nice blue or something. So there's that. And then for the canvas, I'll just have background white. Oh, why? Okay. I will want it to be full screen on the computer. Actually, the volunteer will need to be able to enter in the pet information. So we could, it could be a split screen because you can have like the projector showing one monitor and then the other computer with like the form on it. I could just make this a very long window. And then that way it resizes, hopefully. I don't know. I don't know why we would set this here, but let me see. Can I get this to actually set a size? Okay. So what we're going to do is create column group. I don't know. I'm not going to include a thing. We're going to use my favorite micro clear fix hack webpage that I use for all of everything I do. Oh no. Okay. It's like new clear fix micro hack. Clear fix? I'm sure there's better ways to do this. I started doing web development in 2010. I am out of date on things. I never had to learn React.js, so that's a good bonus point for me. So we're going to make this CF. We're going to do div class column 1. Column 1. What a rare treat. You get to see me write HTML. I don't usually do my HTMLing on stream or anything. Column 2. And so this canvas will go here, and we're just going to attempt to resize it good. So, but then also, then I don't have to worry about gamepad support if really it's a hands-off sort of thing. Digital pet encoding system. So for instance, I also want I'll just name this COL. column group dot call float left. Again, is there a better way to do this these days? Probably. Width 50%. But do I care that much? Not really. So over here would be the little garden. Maybe I'll do like a background image, or I could just do solid colors, really, honestly. On their side, this doesn't really need to be a form, but I'll throw it in a form. It will be first the encoding, image encoding. We'll have color encoding and name encoding, and input type button. I'll deal with the JavaScript in a moment. Value is create. I don't know, whatever. This is for them. Now in my mind I'm debating, do I make this like 5 text boxes or do I make it a text area? What will be easier for the volunteers? To hit tab or to hit enter? I think it'd be easier to hit tab if they're just going to tab between everything, but who knows. Input type is text. ID is blah. Placeholder is 01010, whatever. So we'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here, color encoding. Oh, 101, name encoding. And then we'll have the my volunteers are usually, well, some of them are kids, but usually kind of techie. Some of the volunteers are techie people, and some of them are children. My friends' children. We'll see if they want to help out this year. They seem to want to, but also I didn't realize it was so soon. Form input. We're gonna do width 100% or so, maybe a little less. We're gonna give it some margins. I always think 0 auto, so 0 is the XY, and that's kind of, or the vertical. So I'll do that. And then we might want to also do like larger font sizes. Font size. So then they can hopefully tab through and hit create. Create currently does nothing. When they hit create, it should clear all that, and then over here it should do stuff. So I'll just also throw the script in here, just keep it all together. Function create. Gosh, I don't remember my JavaScript syntax. Do I just do this? I write so much like Lua code lately. Let's just kind of get some starter stuff. document.get element by ID. Let's sure, whatever. I don't know. Canvas. We'll just name this CNV. Dot get context 2D. And then why are they creating it as const? That feels misleading. Also, apparently you don't var in JavaScript anymore, you let in JavaScript. But anyway, so this would be like ctx.create image data. I don't know if it'll have access to this as global or not. So that'll be something to mess with. Let me also just, well, I can color the background of the canvas with, let's just flip these. One, two, three, four. So that could be that, or it could be like a green, like they're in a field. There. That might be a very bright green. Maybe we'll do a not so bright green. Okay. Okay, function create. For that, we'll just do on click, create. I could import some jQuery, but C and V is no. Do I need the script after the code? Probably. Why? Okay. I don't know. Image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4, image 5, color, COL, I don't know, name. And I just want to see if that gives us something. Okay, so it does create image data. It is able to get the context, I suppose. And so it's going by length. And then 4 pieces of data per length. It created image data 100, and then it is the size? I don't know. Let me look at the API. HTML canvas, put image data. Oh, destination X, destination Y. Okay. Image data, create image data. I'm assuming the length is going to be 100 times 100 in this case. Let me just do this as well. Console.log length. Hit this Control S button. 40,000. Oh, 4 pieces of information times 100 times 100. Okay. So let me just try to make a 5x5. I know it's gonna be tiny, but oh, and we need to put it on the context. So we create the thing, ctx dot, no, put image data, image, and we'll just put it at the same XY for now. And it pluses by 4 each time. Okay. So we'll need to get a color. Well, this is gonna be, maybe I should just have them enter the RGB separately to make it easier on me. RGB. Oh, those don't need to be the full width. Get rid of that. Toggle truncate lines. Dot full width, width 100%. Otherwise, I'll make that my float left, float left. So over here. Nope. Why are they getting their own space? I would assume that they would just kind of stack against each other. I forgot the... What is the display? Is it just inline? No. It's like, no, you can't do that. Text? Inline? Nope, I don't know what it is. I have to look at it. Okay, well, I'll worry about the styling specifically later, but we can grab the data. So let's go ahead and let R equals document.get element by ID, color R. Do we need to get value like that? Well, I didn't enter anything. Okay, it's not doing anything. Why are you not doing the thing? Did I break the JavaScript already? It's like, I don't know what a value is. What are you talking about? R is not defined. Well, yeah. So if I do this, let's see what it gives us. Placeholder is value, right? And it should be it, I think, but yeah, it's a 1. Okay, so why were you mad at me? Okay. I might need to convert these to numbers. JavaScript to number, to integer? Go away. Converts a value to a number. Okay. I string insert number. Okay, so then the idea would be this would be based on times 255. And sorry, kid, if you put a different value that's not 255, it's not going to work. Okay, so create. Okay, so we'll do, just for my debugging, green, blue. Okay, and we'll do image data dot or is R 1, 2, 3. That's going to be alpha. And well, this is going to make this might not do transparent, actually, now that I think about it. It created my little magenta block. And I'll figure out logic later for if I 10 times it and stuff, but so my question is, well, okay, this is gonna have to be based on this stuff. So maybe I'll just parse these as strings, which I could technically also have done here. Let's do let row 1 equal document get element by ID. This is image 1, img1. And we can iterate through that to figure out our pixels as well. Let's see if that does what I want. So okay, so I can just go through these. This is going to offset by 4 each time. Actually, I should really make this like a 2D array. I don't know how to do a 2D array in JavaScript. Not you. Go away. Wait, there's the thing. I have too many Firefoxes open. It's mad at me. What are you doing? Why is... Okay, I hate it when windows are like always on top. Emacs, what are you doing? And why are you doing it? I don't know, something's going on. JavaScript 2D array. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. No, go away. Pixels is a thing. Can I just do this? Get rid of these. No. This will be pixels. Technically, this is just an array of strings, but we can treat it like a 2D array because it is technically a 2D array. Pixels 4. Get rid of that. Okay. So create. Okay, there's our rows. Sorry, I'm just thinking. So I'll have like a let row is 0, let col is 0. If pixels, let's see, row column, if it's 0, well, it's a string, isn't it? Otherwise, I mean, this can be whatever, but it's just going to be a matter of the transparency. So if it's 0, we'll set it to 0. I don't know if that'll quite do what I'm expecting. Oh, and also I'm not incrementing, so if column is greater than or equal to 5, then column is 0, row plus plus. Oh, look, it's very, very tiny, and I can't zoom in on it. So it looks like that worked. It looks like kind of what I put in here. So then the question is, how do I expand it? Ideally, this would let me do a resize, and so I don't have to like actually build out more pixels. Image data. Or can I like map this to a sprite? That's the thing. I don't really remember a whole lot of the Canvas API. So yeah, like maybe an image bitmap can take the image data. JavaScript, Canvas, resize image data, or render it to an image bitmap. Canvas, context, scale. Scale the context? I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. I'm literally just expanding the thing. No, just let me render it to a frickin' bitmap. Image data to image bitmap. Create image bitmap method. Cut two images from sprite sheet, image. Maybe I can map it to an image. Um, no, that's not what I want. Create images from scratch. Well, then it has a source to that. That's not what I want. Embedding imagery of data. Not like that. Put image data. Is that what we're doing to display it? Yeah. It's the dirty widths. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Wait, what's that? Top left quarter of the image. Okay, let me just, if I do this, does that just do what I want it to do? No. That sounds like that'd be what I would want it to be. Or we could do image dot width times 10, image dot height times 10, data left, right. Create image data object from the context. Oh, wait, what? It also has the context as part of the arguments, which is always confusing. Or is it just drawing the context image data, XY, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it didn't like that. Put image data is not defined. What did I do? Put image data CTX. Oh. It's your code, not mine. I mean, I could move this around, right? Like if I move this to 100, it would obey me, right? It's over there now. I don't want to have to write something to scale it up. It should just be as easy as scaling up an image. I wonder if this only works for like making it smaller. Well, yes, because that was like the original, right? And this is the smaller version. That's annoying. I can also pull the name data. Name encoding, which I just translate then to ASCII or to text. Let's go ahead and grab let name ASCII equal document dot get element by ID. Name. Let name equal blah. For let 0. I have the name ASCII dot length plus. name plus equals, do I need number, name ASCII here, plus 60, wait, it is 65. What am I thinking? So base 65, I need the number version and I need to turn it into character. JavaScript, ASCII to character. Oops. Dot. Wait, no, that's not, that's the opposite. String from character code. Okay. I'll try that. String dot from char code. And then I need to render it as like a text thing. JavaScript canvas text. Console.log name C A B A B name empty string name ASCII dot value. Nope. Okay. Oh, also, okay. No, it's not by character. Okay. I would have to either, again, I can make this something that you tab each character in, which would make it easiest for me. Instead of having to code just something to parse each one. Name this float left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. So then it would go over those. Maybe that's a little bit closer. Oh, I need to put that in a thing. Up here. Kabazy. Well, that worked. Okay. And then drawing text. Name. Yeah, and then like I adjust that. So that, I mean, that's cool. I got the encoding. I just need to think of the logic of just expanding this. I know I saw that Stack Overflow that did it as well. I'm just thinking like I just really want to render this to like a bitmap or something. JavaScript, canvas, render image data to image. That's the point of having an image data, right? Image data to image. Width, height. It's like putting it in the canvas, then using the canvas to do that. I could make like a secondary canvas, I guess. Like a hidden canvas. This will be my canvas ID is sprite builder. So in create, build context is document.get element by ID dot get context 2D. So in here, let's replace CTX. And then we'll, I mean, technically I don't need those global, so we'll just, well, I might need them global later, but I'll change it. We'll just call it a game context. Okay, so we're putting that in there just as it is. We'll just put it at 0, 0. And then they are creating a new image. Let's call it sprite. Sprite.source is build context.to. Wait, it's a context and that's a canvas. Okay. My husband texted me. He said, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm streaming." Coding JavaScript, so, you know, jury's out on whether I'm okay or not. Okay. Const build canvas is this, and then build canvas get context. So this dot to data URL, and then we'll just do the const game canvas and game canvas. Okay, hopefully I didn't syntax error anything. It doesn't seem like it. So from there, that's returning an image, but I want to just draw the image. Build canvas to data URL. Wait, that one's doing something else. Creating context. Filling the rectangle. Image is create a new element. That was just an element. I mean, it can be either one, honestly. JavaScript canvas image. I just want to see, how do we render it? I'll draw image. Oh. That's the page I was already on. Context draw image. This will be game context.draw image. Sprite 1010. We'll see. Little canvas somewhere in my code. Don't tell me I found, no, where is it? 89. Build canvas. That's my sprite creator, could be easy. Wait, why is it blown up here? This one's not the game context, is it? That's the sprite builder. Why is that at a larger size? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to resize it. I just rendered it to a thing. Well, also this context is smaller. Right? Maybe? I don't know. And we'll need to render the text to a different thing. Okay, there's my very large guy. And so he's like right there. Pretty little guy. And okay. I don't know, I might have to think about this more. I'm starting to get hungry and it's been 2 hours. But I have most of the groundwork here made. I just need to finish it up. Go ahead and commit my changes. Oh, well, ignore all the other class stuff. $26. Work in progress. Pet thing. Also in the previous screen, I don't normally add XCF files. Stop showing me that. So I do not lose them. Okay, I think I am done for now. Thank you for looking at this stream after the fact, probably, because no one's been in the entire time, so it's fine. But I'm hungry and I'm gonna go eat and then bed rot until my next thing I have to do. And then cry. There is a high probability I will cry today just because of sensory overload. So that's me. Yay, okay. But at least this will be cool. Bye.